the dog's in pretty rough condition. I know you've taken care of the leg, right? But you're not maintaining the condition of the dog while the dog's in a healing process. So unfortunately, it is a misdemeanor violation to keep the dog in the condition it's in. Let me just ask you a question. The condition that the dog is in, can you honestly tell me that you feel that is a sufficient condition for a dog that's post-op?
They said it was fine for him to be in.
I'm asking you your opinion. By looking at that kennel and looking at the condition that the dog is in right now,
yes,
do you think...
Right now, no. Just say sheriff's office.
It's a sheriff's office, ma'am. Hi, how are you? Hi, what you doing, puppy? Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, we just had gotten a call just regarding a pup. Is this the pup?
No, this is Lucy.
Lucy. Okay, so is there another pet on the premises besides this one? Mm-hmm. Do you mind if we just kind of get a look at the dog?
No, Dalton, come here. Is it the little one again?
So, how many dogs do you have?
I have one, my mom has one, and my son has two.
Okay, all right. So I'm not really sure, I guess, in regards to which dog it is. But do you have any ones that kind of just hang out outside most of the time?
Yeah, and he got a bark collar for one, and the other one, it's not 6 months old yet, so he can't get the rabies shot.
All right, I got you. Do you mind if we just kind of check on those dogs real quick?
Yeah, they're he'll take you and show you.
Come on, let's go.
The one I got in the kennel because he just had surgery, but just got that pressure washer to clean it. I've been trying to scoop it out with the broom. But I'm supposed to take him back, I think next week. He's kind of tore apart his bandages.
Okay.
There's that one in the kennel, and there's this one.
Okay, let me take a look at the one in the kennel, okay? Catahoula?
Yep.
Perfect, beautiful. What about this one?
Safe, quick cat.
Hi.
He got spun around, so his legs he just had surgery on him.
Okay, so what type of surgery did you have done on the dog?
He got his tendons cut out.
Okay. Like repaired or?
Repair, they had to put him back down.
Like an ACL tear or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So, just generally speaking, how long is the dog out here?
They live outside.
They live outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get, do you have a ID with you? Alright. Hi! You're cute!
I know animal control said those kennels are fine. To have.
Tommy!
Is there any way to put him up this while we talk to you guys?
1205 Y Yankee going to channel 2.
Kennel? I can't take him inside.
What's the dog's name?
Tony.
Tony. How old?
A year and 6 months.
Yeah. How did it, just jumping around getting that got the ACL tear? Yeah.
They're both hog dogs.
I figured.
So you get,
Real common in the area.
But yeah, I know. I mean, animal control came by and said those kennels are fine because they have. It's not all open. He's got a ledge.
Yeah.
On the top to get out. But I can't have him running around.
No, I get you. I get you. So generally, what I'm just gonna from what I can see, right? There's a lot of feces there, right? That's more than 1 or 2 days worth of feces. That's more than 1 or 2 days worth of feces. 1205, go ahead.
Couple of reference to a dog in an outside kennel. As of right now, we're being told that it primarily lives out here.
10-4, thank you very much.
2 or 3 days worth of feces or something.
Here you go.
I mean, I just got the fresh washer to blow it out.
No, I get it. So, just generally speaking, right? I'm going to tell you the living conditions are not great, right? You have an injured dog. and you have a injured dog that's laying in its own feces. Okay, so if I were a neighbor and I'm just looking over, I can kind of see, even if this is an appropriate kennel, it's not appropriate condition for the kennel, right? You also have an injured dog, right? An injured dog in an elevated kennel that is obviously can't get up or get down to properly relieve itself in the yard. So now it's stuck in its own feces, probably laying on wood that is also covered in urine, right? So I'm gonna take a gander, and they're supposed to also be provided with, you know, clean food or clean water and food, right? So hi. So I mean, it's pretty strong odor of urine, pretty strong odor of feces. I know you just got a pressure washer, but generally speaking, right, we're not able to keep that clean, and the dog's really not in sufficient living. Like, it's not living in conditions that's sufficient, even for an outdoor kennel. So I mean, I'd really like to see that get cleaned up.
I'll go get it right now and clean it out.
I know, but it's maintaining it as well. So I honestly, it is, the dog's in pretty rough condition. I know you've taken care of the leg, right? But you're not maintaining the condition of the dog while the dog's in a healing process. So unfortunately, it is a misdemeanor violation to keep the dog in the condition it's in. So
With your notepad, make sure you write down the
okay.
just make sure you get a full statement. Everything you've asked so far, just write it down.
Okay. I might get your DL one more time. I'm just gonna make sure I write it down just for my records. Can I see your DL one more time?
I mean, I'll go get the pressure washer and blow it out right now.
So, just leave it how it is for now. We're not trying to scare you or anything, but basically, conditions that we're observing and what we're seeing right now, at least we have to conduct at least a brief investigation. I'm not saying that would immediately just land you in jail or something, but at least just let us do our part, let us investigate.
What's your phone number? Do you just, should I take some pictures with my body cam, or?
Do you have the accident capture app on your phone?
Yes.
Take pictures of that.
Is Axon View the same?
No.
No, then I don't have it.
Yeah, make sure you get good images with your body camera. It's HD camera, so.
Hi, Papa. Hi.
I just got leaked in there. Got the pressure washer. Come up here to do it.
Hi. Can we take a look at that leg? Can you stand up? Let's get a good look at that leg, Bubba.
The alert dog.
Anything you
So I'm going to tell you what I'd like to do.
yeah.
I'd like to write a misdemeanor violation, and I'd like to have animal control follow up with him and to make sure that he's maintaining sustainable living conditions for the pet.
Yeah, so animal control is already around.
Okay.
He wants to ask the guy some questions if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
So when he asks those questions, I would just observe what he's asking.
Tracking.
Take note of that because we're going to take him out of court.
Okay.
But depending on what he may ask, it may turn into a felony because animal control may get here and say that it's not a sustainable way for a dog to live outside. My opinion feces is this may be repeated abuse or mistreatment of that dog.
I agree.
So it could lead into a fatal.
That is not sufficient. I can tell you that right now. That right there. I don't know the ordinance for this specific city, but I know that in St. Lucie they require a cover, and they have to be able to stand up. The cage size is appropriate, but not for long-term stay. Like you have to have like a sufficient run. Like that's a modified chicken coop.
So what have you asked him, sir?
I asked him if he had. I asked him what he used the dog for, approximately like how long the leg's been like that, and what the injury was, why the dog's in there, if the dog's let out basically. He said no, it's in there because it can't get up and down.
Did you ask him how many days of feces that would be until
So it depends on which way they investigate.
No.
So what I would do is let him ask a couple questions. So it'll be a good opportunity for us, since he is a detective, right?
Yeah.
Let him ask some questions. If he doesn't touch on the ones I'm about to tell you, then you should definitely ask.
Okay, so what are you thinking?
Some of those questions I would ask is, how often do you clean out that cage? How many days of feces that you would estimate that is?
Okay.
He said that the dog's pretty low, so we don't have to ask how often this dog is staying out.
Not predominantly, they're not indoor at all. They're 100% outdoor dogs.
Yeah, I would listen to his questioning. If he doesn't touch on those, make sure you ask them. And then animal control's also around because they know the ordinances better than we do for proper care of dogs.
Me and you, we're gonna go question him.
What do you got on that?
So basically, the dog has a torn ACL. It had surgery on it, and it's been in a kennel since. Can't really jump up or down because of that. So it basically just lives in there. Can't do a lot of moving.
Okay.
So that's just in my experience with animal care. That is it's sufficient amount.
Well, I was gonna say your dog expertise is gonna come in handy here.
Yeah.
Got a bone?
Yeah. Did you want to do some questioning or? Okay.
Hey, what's your name?
Dalton.
What is it?
Dalton.
Dalton? Okay. Is this your dog?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on with the dog?
He's so he got cut. Both tendons actually got severed. Took him, got surgery, but I got the left leg out of a brace. The right leg is still in a brace, so he's kind of hanging out right now.
Okay. When did you have when the dog had surgery?
Say a couple weeks ago.
Couple weeks?
3 weeks.
How long does the surgery take to heal?
They said about month and change.
Okay. Do you remember the vet
Midway.
name? Midway?
Right. Full Chris.
Did they give you any like receipt paperwork or anything like outpatient stuff?
I don't know where it is though. It'd be somewhere in my truck of some sort.
We could call Midway Vet. The information is not their information is protected by HIPAA, but the pet information, anything regarding the pet wouldn't be.
About a month and change.
Right. So what did they tell you to do for aftercare?
Kind of dress them, clean them, and just kind of hang out. Really.
Okay.
They don't want them running around a whole lot, so they told me to keep them kind of confined because
When's the last time you changed the bandages?
the right one probably been week and a half, 2 weeks.
Week and a half, 2 weeks.
But they said it should be fine. But I just took it out and did it myself because I figured.
Okay.
How often do you think you clean that kennel?
Usually I do it every 2 days. But that one, I got the pressure washer and I was coming out here this morning to do it.
And how many days ago do you think was the last time you cleaned that kennel?
Probably three.
Is he friendly?
Yes.
He is?
Yes.
Here, you want to take us over there and show us the... What? You want to show us the You said he had a wound on each leg?
It's not a wound. So what it is they wrap it and splint it when they have a torn ACL like that. So it's going to be wrapped and splinted.
See the scar.
Okay.
See that scar? It's the same on the other leg.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he stands up, you'll see a splint and a vet wrapped leg. It's to keep the wound from, obviously,
Yeah.
So there's still an actual wound then?
Yes.
With stitches and stuff in it, or?
on the other side.
Yeah.
On the
How
other
long
leg.
do the stitches stay in?
Those are supposed. He said those are. What would they be?
The dissolving ones?
Dissolving ones.
There should be external sutures, then you have internal sutures. So what they're going
They
to do...
never told me to do anything with the external.
Okay.
They just said that. Well,
Is he going to... You're supposed to probably go back and see the vet. Do you know when the next vet visit is?
they haven't texted me. I texted the lady and asked her when I could bring him in, and I never heard back from her.
Did, so was the other leg was wrapped too?
Yes, they both were.
Okay. Did you remove the wrapping off the other leg? Or
I took them and they removed that one.
they removed all that? Okay.
And then I texted them. I didn't know because I was like, is this something I can do or is this something they have to do? Take off the other one.
So I would recommend that you definitely take the dog in to get the other one, because they're going to have to assess the wound and make sure that it doesn't have to be splinted anymore. And I mean, obviously, just like with human aftercare, you always want to continue to go back to the vet to make sure that that is being seen and monitored by the veterinarian until they release you from their care.
Okay.
So as long as it's got some type of surgical wrapping on it, right? We want to make sure that that pet's being seen for aftercare and whatever else for follow-up to
You on
maintain.
any medication? No medication
They
for
didn't
it?
give me any medication for it.
No Remedil, nothing like that
I have iodine that I spray on it
to keep it clean.
to keep it clean.
And how often are you supposed to do that?
They said just every couple days.
Did they tell you how often, or if at all, did they tell you needed to change the dressings?
No, they did not tell me. I took the initiative to do it because I saw they were getting
Dirty.
torn and weathered.
Okay,
But then this one got like that, and I was going to take them up there.
right.
And I texted the lady, and I don't think they're open on Saturdays, so I was going to have to open an emergency case of some sort
Yeah.
to get it out. So
So, besides the wound part, how often do you feed the dog?
every night,
Every night?
every night,
How much do you feed the dog?
a full bowl.
Full bowl? About how much is that?
See that middle bowl right here? That's the one.
There's a one over here you can see on the ground that he does. I'm pretty sure it's just food
Where's
left
the
over.
dog food?
In this bin.
Is it a girl or a dog? Boy dog.
Boy, intact, male.
Him? I can't really let him out too much, but I mean I let him
He had
walk around.
ACL surgery to repair lateral torn tendons. Both on one on each leg.
What's your first name? What's your first
Dalton.
name? Was it?
Dalton.
Dalton?
Yeah, they told me not to
I get it,
really
but
let him.
this is astronomically ridiculous. Your dog's laying its own shit and this. Okay? If your dog can't walk around, you need to carry your dog, put him out, tie him up so he doesn't run around and hurt himself, and then scoop it out. This is at least a week's worth. I'll say that right now. Right?
I could have sworn it was 3 days, but
Even that, it should be every day, right? Because,
should.
right, if you were put into like this size and you were pooping and peeing, right, and would you want somebody to clean up after you every day?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So,
With that leg wound and it's laying its own food out of
okay. So, got a call in regards to the pet being left out in not great conditions, obviously. And the dog had 2 torn ACLs, and he was told by the doctor not to limit motion. They're exclusively outdoor. That one's kept in that kennel. Okay. And that one's kept.
Ooh, that one is not.
I know.
I'm more concerned about that one. That one's got a.
At least a roof. I know. I told him that has to have a cover, or it would have to have a cover. So this barely meets the minimum criteria. But this, it's got obviously,
Yeah,
and it's
my dog had 2 blown ACLs, and I had to have surgery on at least one of them to get him to be able to walk normal.
But it's been laying. He says it's been at least 3 days, and he's cleaned the feces. He got a pressure washer to help pressure wash the kennel out, but he's not even taking it and tying it up to give it to clean this out daily. And so it's laying its own feces. It's laying in its own urine. The bowls are just dirty and rusted, and
is this something I can take care of? or do I have to take him in? Because I got to take.
No, dude, that's not ACL. That's something else.
Well, they splinted it so it would minimize mobility.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
so he said it's midway. So, I mean, I'm assuming obviously they're not open today, but we could, if you made contact with Midway, you could see if there's been any care or
Oh, that was on the right.
follow-ups or whatever. He said it was about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The dog got surgery. Already had one of the.
All right, so here's the situation. Why is this dog outside after major surgery?
They said it was fine.
Who said?
The vet.
What vet did you go to?
Midway.
Midway?
Midway.
Here in Fort Pierce?
In Fort Pierce. And they said, I told them it was a hunting dog. We're working.
After surgery, you're gonna leave it outside in feces?
They said it, not that part, but they said it was fine that he was outside.
I'm pretty sure they told you to keep it clean. He's licking it. He doesn't have an e-collar on. How long ago was the surgery?
About a month and change.
About 5 weeks, 5-6 weeks. Yeah, surgery on both legs.
The elements real quick.
The elements between the two is that it's repetitive. The difference between the two is repetitive. Okay.
So that one falls under animal cruelty for state statute.
Weird situation we got going on.
So my
You can't manage to take
concern
care of
is
your animal, then my suggestion is you sign us some with you.
the rear left leg has those stitches on it. That one has
So far you haven't.
The right
You're
leg,
feeding
he
it,
said
but you're not
over a
keeping
week.
it clean. This is
But that's something on
unsanitary
there.
conditions. Unsanitary. And then
and
that right
told that he's
there,
supposed to stay
we
behind
gotta have a
about
conversation about that one.
every other day or
It's
whatever.
not happening. So this has been going on for at least 2 to 3 weeks.
I've been here
So
before
that's the
because you
ongoing.
guys were remodeling the place and you let the dog just run
Yeah,
here
so
with nobody here to watch it.
the surgery being so long.
Anybody got this guy's
He's been
ID?
told
Yeah, I got it, sir.
Perfect.
to
We got contact for
every other
him?
day.
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, we're gonna need it because I'm gonna follow up. Listen, my dog had 2 blown out ACLs, and that dog stays inside. He doesn't climb up on the couch. You got this dog 4 feet off the ground. This dog does not stay outside no more.
Okay.
This dog is not a hunting dog anymore. This dog is crippled.
Can we run back to the car?
He's not going to be able to do
Is that
anything
okay?
but
That go with him?
eat, piss, and shit.
You won't want this.
Basically.
I just wanted somebody to stay with me.
All right. Let me get information from them, and I want all the medical bills that you have on this animal and make sure. And is it up to date on its rabies shots?
Humane Society gave him a humane
Okay.
shot.
And does it have a county license?
I thought that was something that they did.
Nope.
I didn't.
I get his
Yeah,
ID
that
one more
your
time
dog
from
too?
him because he's gonna want everything. I
He's
just got
not
his
6
driver's
months old
license.
yet, but we did get the bark
Oh,
collar
got
that they told us to.
Why is he so afraid?
Because they asked us to put him up.
They asked us.
We all have shit on our feet. All of us.
Still rolling.
Yep. You want me to turn it off and then turn it back on, or?
Like anything that I'm going to say is going to be
Inadmissible. What are we doing, bud?
so.
Looking up the Florida statute again, so you can read it.
Yeah, I couldn't read it.
Yeah, it's okay. I could barely read it on my phone. That's why I was. Oh yeah, man, my shoes are freaking caked and shit.
So
Deprives of necessary sustenance or shelter.
One thing. I know a lot of the answers I was asking.
Yeah.
So when you go, you know the answers before you ask them.
Yeah.
A lot of times, let them
Say it.
Say it because that is for what purposes?
And evidence.
Yeah.
Tracking.
So,
Look at the felony number 2. A person who intentionally commits an act by an animal. A person who owns, has custody and control of the animal, fails to act, any animal fails to act, which results in the cruel death or excessive repeated infliction of unnecessary pain or suffering. Right there.
So would you say that dog is suffering?
Yeah.
He said the bandage has not been removed in over a week, which has probably been a couple weeks since the surgery was a few weeks ago. I would probably have him try and find that medical information for us, because if he can give it to us, we can look at it.
Is it Saturday? Midway's probably open. Let me call them.
Well, I was going to say let him find it, because let's see if he actually has it still, because that's showing that he has the instructions and he knows what to be doing.
Oh, okay.
So, and he knows, he already said it. He said that he's supposed to be cleaning the wound. I think he said it like every other day.
And spring it down.
He was not.
iodine.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they gave him iodine to clean the wound, but he hasn't been doing it.
Right.
So he's not doing the stuff to make sure that this dog stays healthy. So I personally would lean more that route.
Okay.
If there's any doubt with it, you can always do like a warrant and have it run through. Because,
I don't have doubt. I'm looking at it with my own 2 eyeballs.
So, but I'm saying, like, if anybody else does,
Oh, right.
you can also get in touch with the sergeant and say, listen, this is what's going on. This is what I'm saying.
So should I just tell Evans that I'd like to get a hold of the sergeant in order to press felony charges?
I would try and get this information from him first, finish the investigation part first,
Right.
and then that.
Yeah, I'm saying if we get
Yeah.
all of that and we find out that it's true, he has the paperwork, right?
Yeah. So the paperwork, the reason I want to see what he has is because typically, you know how at the vet,
Yeah, they
they'll
give you the whole,
that, and then they'll staple like instructions
and
and everything
receipt
else.
and all that bullshit. Yeah.
So if he has like a printed out instructions of what to do,
Right.
Well, he already told me he knows what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
If he has the printed out
Physical.
instructions too,
Yeah.
like you can't tell me you don't know at that point.
Right.
So, like I said, the condition that dog's in, he hasn't changed that. There's 0 food in that bowl. He has no food. There is water in there. I couldn't see how dirty the water was.
Those bowls were not like
but the,
me and
the bowls are disgusting.
the bowls were freaking disgusting, and that's probably poop.
It is. 100% it is. It's got feces on its feet, on its wound. I guarantee you that wound is infected.
Oh, yeah.
The dog keeps licking at it. So it's obviously bothering it. So because of all of those circumstances, he's not cleaning the wound. So he is intentionally neglecting this animal at this point.
So when I go back up there, I should just ask him, just say, hey, I need to see any documentation you have from the vet visit.
Yeah, you can just go ask him. Like, hey,
Okay.
listen, you said you had that stuff. I can't, I haven't tried calling or whatever.
Yeah.
Say, hey, can you just send me the...
Yeah, they're only going to be open till probably like 12, so
Yeah, then let's go try and get that from him.
yeah.
Water,
Hi, puppy.
too.
And those nails were atrocious, which cannot be good for that dog walking around with that busted leg too.
Yeah. The nail thing might... I would document all that stuff. Did you get pictures and everything already?
Yeah, I walked around with my body cam. I don't have Axon capture, so
Okay, I have my camera with me, my actual digital camera.
can we take pictures?
If you want to take some pictures with that.
Is it in the back?
Yeah, it's in my bag right there. I'll grab it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go find out if this guy's got paperwork.
Yeah, I would definitely
All right.
check with that.
Tracking. I'm moving.
What you guys kind of deduce?
He meets the criteria for the felony charges. What I'd like to do is try to get a little bit more evidence that he has neglected the dog, because
Yeah,
this has been
well-
going on for a while.
So the issue we run into with the felony, which I was initially thinking that, but I've been talking to him, to prove the felony side of it, we also, I think, would have to prove intent, right? His intention was to have the dog live
I
in
know the
squalor.
state's attorney has when I've done animal cruelty,
Yeah.
and I've had what I thought was slam dunk.
Yeah.
They kind of tossed it back and said, "No, we can get them for the lesser." Of course, go for the more harsher one at
The
first, and then
second,
they can downplay it as they go along.
yeah, the second part of the charges though were that he knowingly, he's knowingly done
Knowingly,
this, right? If he was provided documentation for the aftercare, and this has been going on for weeks, it's repetitive and knowingly.
Which, if that's the case, and you guys read the statute, and
Yeah.
then I would make sure you ask him So you
We're gonna
know
get
this dog has been out here in the feces.
My suggestion: take photographs.
Yeah,
we're gonna run him.
We're grabbing the camera right now. He's loading it up, and then I was gonna get the paperwork from him. The
Photographs
discharge
of the
paperwork.
dog too. How he's because that back leg, he shouldn't be walking on that back part of his elbow.
Tracking.
Yeah.
And what I would do, since this is going the criminal route now, because initially he's at his own home, right? We can ask him questions. What's going on? Why is the dog like this?
Yeah.
At this point, he's going to be detained, right? So what do we need to do?
Read him, Miranda.
Read him Miranda, tell him he's not free to go because
He needs to provide also the evidence of the vet care.
Vet
too.
care. So
Yeah.
I'll read him Miranda first, and I'll be like, at this point, you're being detained. You're no longer free to go, and I'm going to read your Miranda warning, and
what I
then
would
read him to
do
him.
is you don't have to just throw him in handcuffs because he might shut down, not answer questions.
Well, I need him
But
to
tell him,
get the paperwork.
yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that safely. And at some point, maybe even tell him to sit down on that porch because he's being detained and questioned.
So should I have him get the evidence first? But that's
I would
gonna.
say we'll take care of that towards the end. Let's get these questions answered first before we have him start going outside the house. Because what we could do is he could tell us where it is and we'll get it.
Okay, or his mom can get it.
And then another thing I want to verify is ask him if he's living here at this address. So we were
Okay.
talking about if he doesn't live here, this is his mom's house. The mom can be held responsible for
Okay,
this.
so
too.
sequence of events is have him sit down,
Yeah.
and then ask him where the documentation is so that his mom could leave, go get it, and while she's getting it, I can tell him at this point you're not free to leave,
Yeah.
and then you're being detained, and I'm going to read you your rights and then ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. You got my backpack? Thank you. Do you mind taking some pictures for me? I'm going to go ahead and get this guy detained. You mind just taking a seat for me real quick? And where might that documentation be for your dog?
It would be. I'd have to find it in my truck somewhere.
It's in your truck. Would you mind if your mom went and tried to go look for that?
Just trying to think of where it would be. It'd either be in the center console or I might have cleaned it out. I might have cleaned it out when I cleaned my truck.
Okay. Well, Mom, you mind going and trying to find that for us? Okay. All right, Mr. Dalton. So at this point, you're not free to leave. You're going to be detained. All right. I'm gonna read you your rights, and then if you wish, you can answer some questions after this. Okay. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer, and have your lawyer present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time and speak with a lawyer. Do you understand each of the rights as I've explained them to you? Having these
Since
rights.
You're not part of this interview. Do you mind either just stepping inside or with Corporal Moore here? But she just needs to talk to him right now.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk with me now?
If that makes it easier, honest.
All right. I mean, it's
trying
up
to
to
be
you. Yeah, no. Okay, so in reference to the paperwork, hopefully we can find something
I
showing
know I
that.
have it. If I have to call Midway to get the documents, I will.
Okay, but so were you aware of the aftercare that you needed to provide for this pet?
All they said was just make sure, clean it and let them chill.
How often were you supposed to clean it?
They said I spray with iodine.
How often?
They never specified a time.
Okay.
But I tried to clean it as much as. I have an iodine bottle that he grabbed a hold of and busted a hole in it.
Okay.
But I have it somewhere. It's inside.
Okay. And in the course of the approximate 3 weeks that the pet has been post-op, right? How often have you cleaned the wound?
The wound?
Yes.
They said, well, I have to undress it and pull. They said as long as it didn't have. They said just bring him back in. I took the liberty of taking it off and redressing it about halfway through because I knew it was getting. I didn't like the way it looked and it was falling off. So I redressed it, and it didn't look like that until he started chewing on it.
So to your knowledge, how often were you supposed to be taking that off? Just to your knowledge.
I wasn't supposed to take it off.
Not at all.
No.
But you were supposed to keep it clean?
What, I don't know how, they said to keep it clean, but I don't know how you would do clean without taking it off. So the only thing I could really clean was if he got a wound on it, I would spray it down.
Did you notify the vet clinic to the conditions that the dog was going to be kept in, an outdoor kennel and...
Outdoor kennel and a 4x4.
Okay, and how, and I know we might have asked some of these questions prior, but I'm going to just ask you some of them again, okay? How often do you clean out that kennel?
I tried it at 2 to 3 days.
Okay, and when do you think was the last time you cleaned out that kennel?
3 and change.
3 and some change, okay. And both legs were operated on, correct? And to your knowledge, that was how long ago?
About a month and change.
So longer than 3 weeks. So it's been over a month. Okay. And you said you redressed
I redressed both legs, and then they took the left leg off, and then they were going to let the right one, because it was more of a severe cut.
when would you say you redressed the one that is still on there, on the right leg?
Probably about that. Probably about the same time they took the other one off.
How long ago were you at the vet last?
I don't know an exact date, but
Just if you were to give an approximate date.
say about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks.
Okay. And how did the dog hurt itself?
Hog.
How long ago?
About a month and a half or so.
Okay. All right. And the vet you used was?
Midway.
Midway. Okay. And that's located in?
Fort Pierce, off
Okay.
of Midway Road.
And how old's the dog approximately?
About 1 year and 6 months.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for him, Corporal Evans?
What's your primary residence? Where do you stay at? Here. Yeah, that's your mom, correct? So you live here with your mom?
Is that the address listed on your ID? Okay.
My question to you is, have you owned pets like growing up throughout your entire life?
I mean, I've owned them, but this is the first of mine.
First of yours. Okay.
But
I mean, I would say it's pretty common standard. Like, I own pets, right? There's some of us who own pets. I love my pet, basically part of my family, right? But I take care of her as if she was my own child almost, even though she's an animal. I don't let my pet live in squalor, feces. My pet had surgery, took care of her, made sure she was fed, didn't put her in her crate where she was pissing or shit, you know what I mean? You at least understand why we're here, why we're at this point, how we've reached this kind of...
like I don't, Mr. Officer, I just bought that pressure washer last night.
I gotcha.
And I was coming out here this morning to blow it out, and I can show you the scrubber that I bought. Come out here and scrub it.
I understand. Let me just ask you a question. The condition that the dog is in, can you honestly tell me that you feel that is a sufficient condition for a dog that's post-op?
They said it was fine for him to be in.
I'm asking you your opinion. By looking at that kennel and looking at the
kennel?
condition that the dog is in right now,
Yes,
do you
right
think...
now, no.
No.
But I was coming out here to clean it, and I just texted
Do you think it is sufficient to clean up after your pet every 3 days post-op and not maintain a sanitary and a condition for the pet to be in? No. Now, if you went over to your friend's house and you saw something like this, you might think, right? What would you think if you saw your friend's dog look just like this in the condition it's in? Do you think it was maintained? Yeah.
I mean, that's why I got the pressure washer, so I could do it daily.
Well, I keep hearing you say pressure washer, you were going to clean that out, but what is this right here, what we're looking at? It's a house, right?
Right.
They have a dog inside a house, correct?
Right.
They sell dog crates. If it's an easy dog to take care of, you may not even need a dog crate. The dog may be able to just be in the house. Or you kind of just left your dog in unsanitary conditions when there's another option right here available to you, which is
I thought it was fine to have an outside. He's always been an outside dog.
The question isn't that he's outside, it's the condition he is in outside, correct? So, but I think we can all agree, right, that the condition that the pet's in Post-op is the situation. The condition that the dog's in, regardless if the dog hadn't had an operation, is insufficient. But not to mention now the dog has an open wound on its leg, correct? Even if it's covered, the dog's done chewed the bandage halfway down the leg and the suture site's exposed. So it's not clean. And this has been going on, and like you said, it's been a month and some change. And you've been only cleaning the kennel every 3 days, and that's just what you're telling me. And so it's not being kept in sanitary, and I'm pretty sure that the vet clinic is assuming, right, regardless of whatever, it's not picturing that you're keeping it in. Yeah, they're picturing something a little bit more sanitary where you're cleaning it on a more regular basis. But this is not, and I mean, I think you've acknowledged at this point that it's not a sanitary condition for a dog post-op to be in, correct? And like he had mentioned,
If that's what I have to do, I'll go today and get a kennel and bring it inside. Actually, I'll open an emergency case, and I'll call somebody, and I'll get it taken off, and I'll go down there and I'll get a kennel today.
but that's, yeah. All right, at this point, sir, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and detain you. So I'm gonna have you stand up for me, okay? Thank you very much.
Palms together.
Thank you.
That was sensitive.
Thank you.
We'll explain everything, ma'am. Stay inside for us.
All right, those okay for you?
Stay inside for us. Me? Yeah, come back and explain everything.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
We're gonna go ahead and walk out to my car real quick, okay? All right, just be careful where you're stepping, all right?
Yeah, don't want to make anything that falls.
Careful, bud. Do you have anything on you that, like any weapons, knives, or anything like that?
He took my knife.
Okay. No, we're gonna go right up here to the next vehicle, okay?
It just, I mean, am I going in?
Yeah, you're gonna go to jail, sir.
Jeez.
I'm gonna have a male go ahead and do the search. I just want you to put right up against the vehicle, okay? Just face away from me, okay? Just stay right there. Don't move. Just face away from us, okay? And again, you don't have any knives or guns or anything? All right. And Deputy Matthews is going to go ahead and give you a quick search and pat down before we put you in the vehicle, all right? All right.
Do me a favor, separate your feet for me.
So, 1205.
Just say 12:05. We'll say 12:05. Call now 10:15.
What is it? It's
1205?
We're probably on channel 2.
Oh my goodness.
I was messing.
1015, one male. Adult. I'm sorry, wrong channel.
Here's your pen, I think.
Thank you.
Just make sure you just tell him any help he needs with the search.
What's your elbow? Go ahead.
I was trying to get some.
I know.
What's that? That's my keys in my That's your AirPods.
Gotcha.
You gotta lock the car for me.
Yep.
Mr. Jordan, rather than taking all your stuff with us, would you like us to release it to your mother?
Yes, please.
I keep the identification though.
Yeah. We'll hold on to your driver's license, but everything else will go with her.
You want your chain and stuff like that, anything like that to be taken off and given to her?
Here, look at the cash before I start handing it off, okay?
$18 and
Okay. Well, I'm pulling it straight from
Everything that comes out of your pocket can go straight over. And just so you're aware, everything's online.
Drop a penny. I'm just gonna put your ID right here in my pocket, okay? All right. See.
pull them.
Yeah, I'm trying, but your pants are a little
Don't say that. No. Makes me sad.
Laugh, it's fine. You got anything loose or anything inside?
No boot knives, no boot guns, nothing like that. No colt pythons hidden anywhere.
Yes, please.
Let me grab your hat, okay, bud? Don't move. I'm gonna put everything inside your hat, okay?
You able to slide your boots off? Alright, here, do me a favor, lean towards the car. Lean. Pull your right foot up. Do what? At your knee, extend your right foot up. Okay. Go. Same thing with the left. Set your foot down, separate your feet.
Take my belt.
You want your belt or do you want?
I don't want to take my belt.
Okay.
And just something we tell everybody before you go to Indian River County Jail, that anything you have on you might be considered a weapon or contraband, would be considered felony inside of the jail. So if you have anything that you're aware of,
One belt.
I'm not keystering that.
You already checked the foot, right?
Yeah, I did. Put my hands in there and everything.
That's why you're shaking them.
Stuff that's not.
Yeah.
I believe you. Yeah, we just you tell everybody that just be on the same page.
Let me get him. Okay, right behind here.
This is the first for everything.
Watch your head.
Just make sure you know him. You tell him what charge he's being arrested for.
Felony cruelty to animals.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you gotta do.
Right now.
Yeah, I would like to know. Just it's the last thing you told him was that he was going to
If you slide your back all the way across and rest against that door, hopefully that door's not. You didn't pop that door, right?
Here you go, Deputy Matthews. Take this from me. So just so you're aware, you are being charged with animal cruelty, okay? All right? All right. Just relax in there, okay?
okay, do you need anything from us? We're going to give the property to Mom.
And then we'll just be 1051 to the jail.
Yeah, I'll do supplement stuff.
Yeah, if you don't mind doing a supplement for us with what you observed.
And you got photos?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so.
All right, guys.
Did you get the moms and stuff?
Which one's
I did not get to the mom is the younger lady, not the older lady. Do you have her info?
I think he took the photographs on a digital camera, so we're going to have to go to crime scene and try to upload those. But yeah.
Thank you. I guys appreciate your assist.